Welcome to the channel. This is an actual play podcast of a tabletop RPG I put together. It's based on some stories I wrote, set in a solar system cut off from the galaxy at large for thousands of years, and has somewhat mixed the genres of science fiction and fantasy. Some things featured here are more original than others, but I made sure that everything has my own spin put to it to make it fit in the crazy, odd, and sometimes dark world I'm putting my players through. Tell us how we can improve, and enjoy.
Last time we left, we were still in the bar.
Yeah, and you had just sent out CrimeBot to get an eye.
As of right now, we're still in the bar.
Okay. So, there was a survey done in London where people were asked what their profession was. There were a number of interesting jobs, and several of those have made it to be jobs on Planet Terry. One of those might be useful to you because it is sampler of drugs. What?
I have some very willing drug samplers.
There's also an invisible net maker, a fish bender,
Fish bender?
a proprietor of midgets, goldfish catcher, maker of sand views, grape dryer, beef twister, turnip shepherd, fatuous popper, disinfector of railways. Yeah.
Is the fish bender anything like a hellbender?
No.
I'm concerned about the fish bender. I hope he's okay.
I like the invisible net maker, though.
So what I'm imagining is there would be a TV in the corner, and it was, let's say it's putting out it's accepting applications for, and then having those job postings.
Ulfric will suggest, why don't we make some money?
I feel like we just made money.
And this is,
We just spent money.
It's a little out of place because we were just gearing up to go somewhere.
so actually, in character, everybody check your Discord.
And check the texts.
Yes. So, Captain Keel has added Cade, Ulfric, Noir, and Narpa to a group text. He says, I started a group text so I can get your opinion on some repairs that need to be done before we leave.
To the lime.
Yeah.
Sent from mobile.
As of right now, we have 7 items that I think need to be fixed before we move on. Here's all 7 items and the estimated cost and time. Then he lists repair hull plating, power generator, hull breach, long-range comms, 2 pulsar lasers, docking hatch, or primary bridge door, and gives the total cost, both DIY and outsourced.
Can we not DIY the comms again?
Can you not break the comms again?
It's not my fault.
Technically, you're right. It was not your fault.
What do you mean technically?
You're the one that used it.
I mean, you're the one who used it, and it broke while you used it. So some people would assume that means it was your fault.
Counterpoint, it was broken before I used it.
Which is why it's not. Why technically it's not your fault.
It was already broken, I just aggravated.
So, hull plating seems like probably or outsource. Power generator, it's so expensive, but probably outsource.
Yeah, it's expensive because I increased the cost for things based on how difficult they would be to do for you to do them.
But I mean,
Assuming that it would be similarly difficult for others to do them, and so they would charge you more.
it's 13,000 to DIY it. It's 78,000 to get it outsourced.
Yes, but it's because you need very high-skilled people to fix a nuclear reactor like this.
Yeah.
So we definitely outsourced that one. Hull breach management system.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Maybe.
That's the one that's going to take the longest.
Yes.
It takes a month. So if we outsource that one, the rest of them might as well get outsourced too, because then they'll all be done at the same time.
Right, that's what
Yeah,
So-
but we can save some money by doing some DIY.
Yeah, actually, what you
Ultimately, it seems like Kill's budget, though, and if he's willing to do them all at the same time.
No, this is why I'm asking the crew, because I want to know what people's thoughts are.
Yeah.
so technically what you should do is DIY the ones. You should DIY as many as possible up to the full month, since the month is going to take the longest.
Yeah, because we can have people working on that stuff while we're working on other stuff.
NARPA is not a source of skilled manufacturing labor.
Cade says do everything but the door. Like, the door that's on the inside. Because it's on the inside. And the rest is kind of hurting it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I nailed a piece of metal to the outside of the hull and called it a hull breach fixed, I would not. Even I wouldn't feel very safe about that. So I'd rather have a professional crew do that one. I'm just saying.
Well, in
That
long,
held for a good week before it blew out.
So technically, if you were to get the filler system online, it would be suitable for integrity. It'd be just more expensive and not quite as good. It's essentially like a metal integrated polymer putty that would infill holes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
So
like,
we could fix that without fixing the hole, but the hole is still damaged. So
Yeah, and it would be much more expensive than putting plates onto it.
I feel like we could definitely do the door and the comms ourselves.
Right, because that worked so well the first time.
which comms? External the long range or the internal?
Long range comms. 'cause
If
that's
we
what you
can
have
handle
on.
the short range comms without breaking them, I would rather not mess up our long range comms in the process.
So technically, the reason that those failed is because it was a short-term fix.
Meta.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like not
Although-
meta.
Well, still, in there they were yellow status.
Also, if we are going to travel as far as we're going to travel, I would like to guarantee my long range communication works.
Actually, right now we can receive communiques fine. We just can't send.
That's the problem.
Narpa whispers to Cade, I hope they don't find the cable box I put in the long range radio. Free TV.
So where are people at?
Well, last time when we last left, we were still in the bar. So do we still want to be in the bar, texting each other?
And we're not
Are
texting
we
each other, we're
conscious?
talking to each other.
You texted us first. I was just following suit.
Does somebody want to wake up Narpa?
Slap.
I had assumed that
Considering we're in the bar with a bartender that assumed that he just slept out, that he just like collapsed drunk, I would assume that it's not a good idea to wake him up perfectly sober in the bar.
I had kind of assumed that this was a little bit of backtracking, that the texts were going on before we even got to the bar.
Probably.
Yeah, so now we're sitting down and actually talking about the text.
Well, I'm unconscious.
But I'm gonna pour some vodka down your throat and then slap you away.
That's not how...
Open
GM,
your
how does this
eye.
work?
Open your eye. Take one drop of vodka.
Open eye, insert heroin.
Insert one heroin.
One, maybe even half.
And I gotta observe his reaction to it.
Most people don't insert drugs into unconscious bodies for drug observation.
Most people don't insert drugs into eyes.
But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to slap Narpa awake.
roll the slap.
Okay.
No, Narpa may roll willpower when you slap.
He rolled a 9.
Roll the slap properly.
Roll to slap.
Do you actually hit him?
It's a 4.
You
Yeah.
successfully slap. Narpa successfully rolled to wake up.
Now I'm gonna shove vodka down your throat.
I'm awake.
You have
Stop
to-
waterboarding me!
You have to appear drunk.
I'm still not letting you shove that down my throat.
Are you gonna stop me?
I thought that was implied by me just saying that.
What do we have to roll here?
How does Ulfric want to try? Like, slip it by? If so, then dexterity, or like force it down? If that, then strength.
I mean, I'm trying to get him to drink the drink.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, drink this.
So I'll do strength, I guess.
Okay, so you're trying to overpower Narpa and then put it down his throat, rather than...
That's a 2.
6.
Remember it. Oh, actually, yeah. We're going back to this. It's contested, so it's d6s.
Oh, that's right.
Mm.
Exploding d6s, isn't it?
I rolled a 1.
Roll.
Don't you roll again?
Well,
Yeah, but roll.
Yeah, you should roll.
3.
3.
Then Ulfric manages to force it down you.
What?
You rolled a 3 plus 3.
Yeah, it's only a 2 difference.
Sounds like she just barely won, though.
But she still won.
Yeah. So the way it works...
Punch Ulfric in the face.
Okay.
Roll to resist being punched.
I'm gonna avoid.
You have had some of it forced down your throat.
Yeah, but just because it goes down
I
your
know.
gullet doesn't mean you're drunk.
No, I'm just saying that this has happened.
So can I roll agility?
I missed my punch.
Man, I didn't know you could get drunk that fast.
No, it's just
That's in character.
Bar fight. We're about to get thrown out.
And so I imagine I shoved like half a bottle of vodka down his throat and then just hand him.
well, maybe more like 2 shots worth.
Okay. Then hand you the bottle, drink the rest of it.
Throws bottle at
I knew it.
Ulfric.
Ulfric gets glassed.
I'm avoiding.
Okay, so dodge. Or grab.
D6 or what?
I rolled an 18 to throw.
Okay, so you miss.
Do I hit? What do I hit?
No, you just pitch the bottle and miss.
Does it break? What's going on here?
Yeah, it'll smash and the bartender will get upset. You already bought the bottle though.
Yeah.
So
But
deduct.
now he has to clean it up.
Yeah, but deduct 15 credits.
Okay.
I'm not paying for that.
You are.
Screw you.
You just ruined a perfectly good bottle of vodka.
I'm allergic to potatoes.
Children, can we not have a bar fight today, please?
I'm not allergic to potatoes.
I know
Belichick's character sheet, wait. I'm not allergic to potatoes, but so
I know you're not
You're
allergic
good.
to potatoes. Moving on.
We either need to sit around and get really drunk until the robot shows back up with an eyeball, or go make trouble somewhere else.
How about we don't make trouble anywhere, just as a thought? I mean, I love trouble, so that's just the next guy, but we're in a medical facility, and trouble tends to get people kicked out.
What exactly is the likelihood that this guy is a trap and he's calling the cops on us?
Probably 0.
Yep.
We just
Martha, I've dealt with these people before. Trust me.
You're the
Nothing
one who
to
pulled
do.
up the information on him. You should be the one who's the most knowledgeable about him.
look at the information. There's nothing.
Yeah,
Do you-
that's exactly what the police have on him too.
Do
Don't
you-
worry about it.
Do you seriously think that CrimeBot is the police?
I don't think the
Well,
police are that.
That would be
creative.
the perfect undercover name, though.
Yeah,
But no, I've dealt with these guys before. Trust me, he's not the police. He's a little bit. Looks outside. He's a little too stupid to be the police. Just trust me on that.
So to move things forward, we'll have some advertisements pop up if anybody wants to do a little bit of shopping. So one of them is the Chop Swap Shop, and the C is in the shape of a bicep. The P is in sort of like it's got a little hat over the P, which is a statistical thing.
Are you going to just
Which hat
show
is
it?
it?
I'm also describing it.
Which hat? There's like 3 of them.
Do we have to get into it?
It's the carrot hat. The second one is the Pharmacy.
Pharmacy?
Yes. P and H are both capitalized.
Okay.
And then the third one is Dead Radio.
Dead or dad?
Dead.
Dead.
I want to go to the pharmacy.
So you'll see 3 short commercials for it. The Pharmacy advertises both poisons and pills, essentially. Chop Swap Shop will make you better, but it'll cost you an arm and a leg. And then Dead Radio is, do you have a loved one who died? Ever? Yeah, you do. Come talk to me and we'll talk to them.
So it's a psychic. Okay.
So,
I want to see on the Chop Swap Shop website how much things cost.
So what the swap shop is advertising, meta, is it'll allow you to move attributes from one stat to another stat.
Oh.
Within your mental pools and within your physical pools. So you
So-
can't move a physical to a mental.
So it's not a place to get Gmods.
It is also, but that's one of the unique services that they offer.
Alright. So would the Gmod that I want be offered there? Like,
Do you
would
have
it
the
be?
funds for a Gene mod?
I'm seeing how much it is to see if I do have the funds for it.
Oh, that's right. You actually have a good bit of money, don't you?
And just good
If
bit.
you come back out green, I might have opposition to you coming on the ship.
Send me specifically the thing that you're looking for.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
How much is it?
So they have a few options.
Options?
Yeah, like 3 grades of it.
Okay.
The most expensive grade, that's fastest acting and lowest recovery time is 10,000. Then there's a more midline one where there's some recovery time and you have to be in a bubble for a little while. And that's 5,000. And then there's 3,000. And there's one that is, lowest grade ever, where you have to live in a bubble permanently, and that's 500.
Yeah, I don't want that one.
Bubble
So-
Man.
10,000 is the most expensive.
Yes. And then it would happen overnight,
5,000 would be bubble for how long?
a week.
And is bubble able to be put on the ship?
So it's not, the concept that I'm talking about with the bubble,
Yes.
where you have to be,
It's a sterile environment.
yes. So it wouldn't actually be a bubble.
Yeah, but is it something that we could recreate on the ship?
Basically, you would. If I'm thinking correctly, it would be like a hazmat suit that's positively pressurized so that nothing can enter except through a special filter. So you'd be walking around in one of those marshmallow suits, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, but you have a void suit.
So would that be able to... Is that
Yeah,
something
she
I
used
could
the
use?
void suit as her marshmallow or
Yes.
her bubble.
But you would be completely unable to leave it without risking infection.
Even to take a dump.
Even to eat.
You got the bubble
So you
boy?
would risk any time that you breach containment, you risk contamination.
So is there a way that I could get food? Use the bathroom and everything I need to.
You'd have to clean a room.
Okay.
And just be stuck in that room for a week.
I could keep the med bay clean.
Then nobody would be able to use the med bay though.
It is possible. Put it on the ship.
If you clean the infirmary or whatever, and a void suit at the same time, you could go in there, and if we had an emergency, then you could just put that on, and then we could go in there, and then you could clean the whole thing again while being inside the suit.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay.
So
So-
5,000 for that?
So
3,000.
3,000.
so why does she need a bubble boy?
She's getting a gene mod that would take out her immune system.
Why would you do this?
It's temporary.
Yeah, it gets better. Alright, so I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that after other
Key,
stuff.
since Ulfric is male.
Yes.
I'm going to do that after.
Okay.
Okay.
You can actually go and buy it, and it'll be an inhaler.
Ooh, fancy.
I do it myself?
Yeah, they're giving you a medication.
Oh, okay.
It's not an inhaler exactly, but it looks like it.
But I can't start taking it unless I'm in bubble mode.
It's a single injection.
Yeah.
So you take it and you get in your bubble.
No, you get in your bubble, then you take it.
Yeah, you clean everything, make sure it's completely sterile, and then you do it.
I'd rather purchase it after, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
So you were going to go to the chop swap shop,
Yeah, but
or did you want to only have that? Like,
that's all I really want.
I want to go to the pharmacy.
okay.
The pharmacy.
Pharmacy, yes, the pharmacy.
Oh wait. Oh. I'm curious. So I'm gonna go in and
I want to see if they know about my heroin.
You don't just go and tell someone you have heroin.
No, I'm not gonna tell them I have heroin.
No.
I'm gonna be like,
you
analyze
say
this.
I have 2 heroin.
Marjorie, don't forget about lost pills that you still have.
Yes, I
You
have
should-
so much written on this sheet that I still have.
You should just say, I hand them this stuff and ask them how much it will cost to analyze.
So is everybody going to the pharmacy?
Yes. Okay, we are at the pharmacy.
So I can't draw it well enough, but it'll have, the mortar and pestle.
Yes.
The symbol of a pharmacy. It'll have that, except one of the mortar has sort of a syringe sticking out of it with a skull and crossbones on it. And so does
Ooh.
the bowl itself. So it's got kind of a life and death vibe to it.
This looks like a great place.
Yeah, so it's run by a mostly cybernetic person in a contamination suit. But it's not like they're trying to avoid active chemicals, it just seems like this is their standard attire.
Ah.
Like this person has become modified to better suit their job, and that just results in them being...
Constantly
Isolated.
in one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't seem uncomfortable with it, kind of like a second skin.
Mhm.
And they'll guide you around. There's a small small box that's looks like an inhaler or kind of a vape pen. It's called the Blissinator. So it says, feel good for the rest of your life. Another one, a set of syringes, is called Ginovenom. And the sort of motto there is, do you have any gene-modded enemies? You won't for long. Another is a set of, they're like spice bottles, but they're Toltokum multivitamins with the various metals listed on them. I think Noir is going to want some of those.
I think Noir should not come here.
Yeah, he would have heard the Blissinator and be like, mine, and we would be like, no!
Yeah, I feel like
He
the
inhales
feel
it
great
and
for the
it's-
rest of your life is
Very short.
the rest of your 1 week of a life.
So, if somebody would like to investigate that, you can. Like, look further into it. I'm just
No,
kind of
because
giving
that's
a broad.
not why Keel's here. Keel
Okay.
is here for very bland stuff.
So nobody is interested in the Blissinator at all.
I am not interested in the Blissinator.
No, Cade would look at it immediately, go, we need to keep Noir from that at all costs.
I did not go to the pharmacy.
So it's Ulfric, Keel, and Cade here, then. There's also a set of steroid injectors.
Steroids.
Several brands of Hypercaf, which is hyper-modified coffee beans.
Keep Narpa away from those.
So what
What?
these?
No, give Narpa those.
No.
So one of the brands is, I can't believe it's not meth. Brand coffee. There's a container of spokore spores and a container next to it of anti-spokore medication. And then that's the main notables.
I will pick up a container of...
Well, they're behind protection.
Okay, I will point at the container of anti-spokoroids.
It's like how they don't have the actual ones out, they just have display models.
Yeah.
So you have to go and ask.
Yeah. How much? And what does it do specifically? How is it applied?
It's an inoculation.
Meaning?
So you take it before exposure, and it gives you some immunity to it. But it's not very useful if you've already been exposed.
Never mind.
Sounds like someone's already exposed.
No,
Sounds like
it's
someone
more like I was
supposed to,
hoping to be able to like coat the inside of the ship with it so that if one steps inside the ship they just die.
No.
Or they don't spread their green stuff everywhere.
Also, we've all been exposed, sir.
If you were to go on a particularly intense regimen of it, it could kill one, but then that's not a very effective way to do it.
You just shoot him in the head?
Sometimes that doesn't even kill them.
It would be better than nothing post-exposure. But that's not what it's designed for. So, anything you'd like to see if they have?
Yes, I am after supplies for the med bay, basically.
Okay. So they'll have various forms of disinfectant, but this is more of a specialty shop where you can get that in multiple places.
I was kind of aware of that. It was just the first thing.
Yeah.
We saw an ad for it, so
Yeah, they'll be happy to sell it to you. But then the attendant seems a bit disappointed.
I would ask if they can analyze one of the pills and then one of the heroin, but I'm not going to tell them what either of them is. I just want them to tell me what's in them.
The syringe has heroin written on it, right? I said that.
I know,
He did
but
say
I have vials.
Yeah, no. What
So
what
he's saying is that you're about to hand a pharmacist something that clearly
and she's
says
saying
heroin.
that she transferred it into a different vial.
Okay.
Ah.
So you give them a vial with a pill and a vial with the fluid from the heroin syringe in it,
Yes.
and ask them to test it. Okay. They'll charge you a lab fee of 40 credits for each one.
That's a lot of money.
You have a lot of money.
You also just handed them things and said, "Tell me what this is."
But then that's actually how much I paid for 2 heroin.
So you handed one of Loft's pills and the heroin,
Yes.
and then you're paying the lab fee.
Yes.
Okay. So the attendant will say they can run it through the tests and have it done in about an hour.
Cool.
And yeah, if you don't want anything else from the attendant, they'll just kind of shuffle off.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yes. On top of just the resupply of the medical bay. How many people here actually have first aid kits?
I do.
How many?
4.
Anybody else?
I thought I had some.
I can make them pretty easily.
What we can do is sort of abstract it into medical supplies and just say you got however many kilos of it.
Okay.
And it'll just be, because I think that's what we've done in the past.
Basically.
And it'll just be 50 credits for a kilo of medical supplies.
Okay. Ulfric, is there anything else special you need for the ship's medbay?
I think I have most of the stuff that I normally need, right? All my testing supplies.
Yeah, those would be inside of medical supplies.
I need to fix my imaging wand.
Can they do that here, or would we just have to take that to a mechanic?
I mean, you could buy a new one, really. They wouldn't really fix the imaging wand.
Okay. How much is the imaging wand?
It's a diagnostic imaging wand.
Yeah, so that would be relatively cheap. Just 20 for a low grade model.
Okay.
You can get...
If we're waiting on Marty to make mad science stuff, I had something I wanted to do.
We'll switch to Narpa's perspective.
Well, I think of some mad scientist stuff to do.
Where has Narpa gone?
So I want to get my weapon situation sorted because I'm carrying assorted weapons that I don't use. I have 2 weapons I like to leave in the armory because I don't use them.
What were they?
The weapons I took from the deep fried cult leader.
Oh. If I remember correctly, they were fairly decent weapons, weren't they?
Yeah, but
look at them. They're not bad.
it's a melee weapon which I don't have any training in, and a one-handed weapon which again no training in. So then I also have my Nugget rifle that I'd like to upgrade, and a las pistol that I'd like to just flat out sell because I'm pretty sure we'd have those in the armory.
We have 3.
Yeah, so I want to go find a weapon shop or view the armory to see if there's any like two-handed shoulder weapons I could use for long range stuff.
Ranged weapons. Las pistol 2. 7mm service pistol 2. We have an SMG.
Are your SMGs one-handed or two-handed?
Both. We have bolt action rifle, which is basically the Nugget. And we have 1 suppressed pistol, which is basically a service pistol with a suppressor on it.
Okay.
And that's it for ranged.
Well, I'll take the SMG since I think that's a fair trade. Those 2 for the SMG.
The SMG has no ammo.
I'll go buy some ammo. I left those 2, the Garroter and Garrup's gun. I took the SMG, and I'm gonna go find a gun store. So I can sell these other 2 weapons I had and purchase a new rifle and some ammo for the SMG. So I had one last piece
Powerful SMG.
of business while I was with this guy. I wanted to know if there are any local historians that could potentially identify this, my little tiny dagger.
Oh, yeah, the Cosmic Fairy Blade.
I wanted to know about it.
Yeah, there would be someone you can go to. Ooh, actually, the one to go to would be the host of Dead Radio.
Cool. Well, let's circle back to that.
Oh, so if you start asking around about that kind of thing, they will direct you to a place called the Menagerie at Plate Broxton.
Isn't that where we were going?
Yes, but this is something that I've augmented onto there since it's... Yeah. So the Menagerie sells all kinds of critters, but it also sells facilities. Some of the facilities that they have are a coffee fungus, a protein fish aquarium.
I need to get an aquarium for the captain's quarters.
Actually,
I could put robot fish in there.
Someone would need to be on the ship constantly to feed my fish, though.
You have an algae farm. I think it's in a bit of disrepair. No, its status was green.
It's one of the few ones that did have green status because it was part of the oxygen system, or the life support system.
Yeah, it would be extremely bad if that was red status. Anyway,
For everybody.
We want no red algae, thank you.
keep going.
So yeah, sorry for cutting in there.
Okay, so what they've got is the facilities that they sell are coffee fungus, protein fish, glycerin worms, oxybarnacle, and Boro Orb. Or Boro Orb. Bro Orb, that was it. Brororb.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Palindrome.
what would that be.
So the attendant is just kind of listing them off and doing the thing where it's like you list something off and tick off a finger. So it's somewhat absent-minded. You can ask about it if you like.
I'm gonna ask about the bro orb.
So the attendant is going to say, oh yeah, there was this weird station that was found about a year or two ago that had these gigantic spheres that would just roll around and squish everything. That had an awful smell, and every so often they'll molt and leave this gigantic shell. Some people like using it for armor.
So the protein fish are basically a food source.
Yes. They're a higher quality food source.
We could install some, like
Where?
a fish tank somewhere. I don't know. In the kitchen? Wait, no, the kitchen has a
If we
Home
repair
bridge.
well, the kitchen's small also.
Oh.
The kitchen is one of the smallest rooms on the ship.
Yeah. So I thought the kitchen had a hole breach.
It does, but remember, if we're repairing the hole, then it
Yeah.
will be fixed. Which means we'll have access to the exercise room.
Yes.
There were also glycerin worms, if you'd like to know what those are.
Nitroglycerin worms?
Sure, I'll ask about the glycerin worms.
They are essentially a feeder stock of worms that have strange orange pustules all over them. They explode if you throw them too hard. They're worms that have explosive thrombosis.
Oh. I was like, am I supposed to remember what this
Yes.
is?
So you can't catch it from a worm because it's just a totally different strain.
Okay.
But if there were people that had it, then you can catch it.
So we could consider installing a fish tank in the dining hall
So
and breeding some protein fish.
In the cafeteria.
what these are, by the way, are basically sardines. They're small fish that you just have to feed algae.
There is that room on the bottom left side that's empty.
If it means not
This
eating
big giant
mush
room?
Yep.
for the next few months, I'm down.
I mean, we don't have to put it in there. We can either put it in the kitchen or in the dining hall or something.
Well, also think about this. If you want a tank to actually have enough of these things to sustain a colony and feed people, you're going to need a big tank, a lot of water.
Yeah, wherever you want to put them. So does the captain want to consider putting in a food fish tank somewhere?
I will consider it once we figure out how much it'll cost and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be like a glass sphere, so you wouldn't have to worry about the water leaking out or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm still not certain how we need food fish when we have food rations.
Same. which
Because
is
those
why
food rations
Or-
are literally
We have-
tasteless piles of goo.
So we get a food printer.
What do you think it uses to print?
We have a waste converter.
Tasteful food.
No.
Hey, Narp, but we have a waste
I
converter.
can't believe it's not food.
We have a thing on the ship that converts waste into food.
So
So do people want the tasteless mush some more, or do you want some
Cade's
food
all
fish
in for the-
occasionally?
Cade's gonna be actively going, like, encouraging, that's the word, Captain over here to go for the fish.
How much would the fish tank be?
You'd
A
have to
bunch
go.
of fish.
You would have to go to the menagerie to get it.
Okay, so I'll write down protein fish tank.
So if you're interested in, or does Ulfric show interest in stuff at the menagerie?
What do you mean?
Does he start getting excited? Because if so, then the tender would start telling you more stuff that's there.
Probably.
Yeah. So we'll have the tender. One of the things that would really catch Ulfric's attention, I think, is their egg lottery.
Egg lottery.
Yeah. So the way it works is you buy a mystery egg and see what it hatches into.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
That sounds really fun.
Two kinds of people.
Shield likes.
Could we
What are you gonna get? What do you get? Oh, it's a xenomorph.
could we visit the egg lottery?
Make a awareness test.
Awareness?
Yes.
Okay.
To see if you catch something, basically.
15. No.
What's your stat for that?
My perception is 8.
Okay. So you won't hear anything extremely interesting, but small level interesting, just because it would be an easy check. One of the things that the attendant will list is coming out of those eggs is a bear.
What kind of bear?
No, just like various bears.
So he just lists out a bunch of bears?
No, like he would say, among the egg list. This is like something that would happen later.
Mm-hmm.
if you were talking to your friends about the eggs, you would say, and the attendant said there might be bears in there, which doesn't make sense as being in an egg. So I'm using that to tell you that there are non-egg creatures that are in these eggs.
Okay. So I'm gonna write down egg lottery as a potential thing for later, so I don't forget it.
Yeah. And then there are a few different grades of egg. Like, you can get a cheap egg that's not going to have a high chance of anything good in there for 50 credits. And then you can get a really high quality thing with rare egg spawn for 800.
Shopping episode just turned into a gacha game.
And you can buy
Where is 800?
you can buy as many eggs as you would like.
And then
How long did they take to hatch?
What was that?
How much is the cheap egg?
50. The way the egg lottery works is you can either let them hatch or pay for an incubator that'll hatch them immediately. And if you don't like what you get, you can sell it back.
How much does the instant hatch cost?
Half the egg cost.
That's a lot.
But you get instant satisfaction or depression.
Yeah.
This is definitely a gacha game.
Rather than buying a bunch of eggs and just letting them hatch on the ship, and then you've got to fling a bunch of critters into space that you didn't want.
That wouldn't bother Keel any.
Actually, some of the things that hatch from the egg might well off you, just fling them into space. But yeah,
So what other things are at the menagerie?
he'll give the general stuff. So there'll be pet animals, utility animals, medical animals, weaponized creatures, facility things, and even little servant critters.
Military creatures sounds dangerous.
Ryan does not need to come to this place at all.
Vortex.
This is specifically what I was waiting for him to
Yes.
come to for.
I'm gonna ask about the medical creatures.
So they'll have one of the medical creatures here at the pharmacy. Roll a d3.
2.
Okay. Oh, this is actually particularly interesting. So what the minder is going to do is it'll pull out a little leech and say this thing eats large quantities of blood and can temporarily make you feel stronger and a bit faster.
Anyone want to feel stronger and faster for a minute?
Okay. Keel doesn't have blood to give.
Yeah, but
So you would really just tell that to Kate.
so ask kid.
How much blood have you taken from me again?
Not much.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be a no on the leech. But I am interested in the other medical animals.
You would have to visit the menagerie for that.
Yeah. It just sounds like we're gonna go to the menagerie.
Okay. Does Narva want to bring in anybody else to Dead Radio?
Does anyone else want to come?
Sure, I'll go.
What does Dead Radio do again?
They talk to the dead.
Oh yeah, it's the fairy psychics.
Do
I'll
they,
go.
do they actually talk to the dead, or do they talk to the people on the way to their death?
They said if somebody had died in your family, we can talk to them. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so show of hands.
Yes, I don't have anything else to do.
Okay, so everyone's going.
So Narpa would text people and ask them to meet him at the Dead Radio place.
Ask if they want to come talk to psychic people at the radio station.
Okay. Alright, so everybody goes to the Dead Radio office. The host of Dead Radio is a man named Robert Zambi. He's a fairly old human, hippie looking, who speaks with smoker's rasp, and I don't think I can do it quite well enough. It's kind of like, "What's up, my man? How can I help you out?" So Narpa, how do you reply? Oh, he's in a old-style radio studio where he's got a full-on microphone and table in a room with a glass one-sided mirror.
And an on-air sign?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's even got like the neon lighting signs on the walls inside that say "Dead Radio" in curly letters.
You the dead guy from the radio?
Nah, man, not yet. We're all gonna get there though.
Well, that's depressing.
It's how it flowed, Eddie-o. How it's though. I can reel you back in though. Just give me some bait.
So I heard you could tell me something about this small sword. You're a historian of sorts.
So he'll say, "You're wrong, Daddy-o. I'm not a historian. I'm a her-storian, and you found the blade of the Queen of the Fairies."
Continue.
Continue with what, my man?
Is he going to have some pissed off tiny fairy come up and slash his throat trying to get her sword back?
Depends if you keep it from her. If you give it back, who knows what you'll get as a reward.
Quick question: are fairies real? Are you real with me, dude?
I'm shaking the table.
Depends what you mean by real. Are any of us real at all?
No.
See, he gets it. He
Cade
gets
looks
it.
at Keel. What is going on?
Just keep an open mind.
Just don't let it fall out.
Whispers to Keel. Kate's mind is real open.
Yep, pretty much.
Sister would talk to a stoner.
So any idea where we can meet the fairy queen?
I guess you could use your wish for that if you manage to win the day.
So you're telling me if I survive today, I get a wish?
No, the day of wonder.
And when is that?
3 days from now. Do you guys not listen to my show?
We are new to this region of space.
I get you. The day of wonder. It's a lottery that takes place in 3 days. If you're one of the lucky winners, you get a wish from the lady of the planet. Anything in her power to give.
I know what we're doing, guys.
How about we don't stay around to find out what this is?
We're winning the lottery.
Yes, that's what literally everybody who plays the lottery says there, Narpa. It's not how this works.
I thought you were so concerned when we got to that station about the Sanctus finding you and taking you off somewhere.
Yeah, that was me.
Did you not hear him?
By the way, his on-air sign is off.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Gonna double check that the mic on sign is off.
I mean, the mic is just on, but it's not broadcasting.
So now we're gonna stay here 3 extra days so you can try and enter the lottery and spend all your money?
But here's what you don't understand. If we win the lottery, we get one free wish. We can wish that the Sanctus was gone.
Well, for Narpa, we kind of have to stay for
Repairs.
like, about a month.
Are we staying here for repairs or are we going somewhere else for repairs?
I had plans on staying here.
I
Yeah,
thought the
this-
whole idea was we're not gonna stay here for long because Narpa and Cade decided to mess up with some people.
No, we've already handled the scrambling the ID bit. If we're going to get to where we're going to go next, we need repairs.
Which takes a month.
So
Yes.
he's gonna ask if you want to stay around and be on the program.
Nope.
You guys, Cade? Sounds like fun.
If you have anybody that you want to call, essentially. He's got a spot open in 2.5 hours.
Unless they can call me? Nah. Actually, can you call me?
No. You're still among the land of the living.
Yes, but do you know who I am?
Oh, wait, so you're referring to calling someone who's dead.
Yeah, that's how it works. Dead radio.
How does that only work when it's on air?
I mean, that's how I get the views, man. The listens. I can do it whenever. I just like making a show.
Would you be willing to not make a show for just one question to somebody?
I gotta pay the bills. I charge a fee.
How much?
$4.20. That's my standard price.
And that's for how long of a conversation or questions?
So if you're doing it outside, if you're on air, it's free. If you're doing it as a consultation, he'll give you half an hour.
Sure, I'll give him $4.20.
You're a man of metal, and I can't touch your soul like that. It'll have to be someone with skin.
Never mind then.
You sure? I can touch you in your special place. It just might hurt a little.
No, actually it wouldn't. There's no nerves.
I mean, okay, you wouldn't feel pain, but it might harm you.
Correct.
Because poking a brain with a finger is not good for the brain. Actually, just being exposed is not good for the brain, but yeah.
It literally states in the rules that if the brain case is cracked or opened, I die.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Yeah, so he's telling you how it has to work. He needs skin contact.
And
Or
it only
flesh
works,
contact.
And it only works with someone. Like, I can't get someone else to ask the questions for me to the same person.
It depends on the person. Do you want to tell him who you're asking about?
My old boss.
No, it won't work for somebody else.
That's what I figured.
Has to have been someone who knows them.
I read about them.
Does that count?
No.
No.
I tried.
Never mind then. Thank you.
Would you happen to be able to contact somebody in my life who I do not know?
More specifically, someone that he does not remember, but has met.
I could give it a shot. One question for free, since you got me interested.
Okay. Deal.
Now, who are you going to ask? To talk to?
I don't know.
Okay, so what's the question you ask? And you have to give him an idea of who to look for.
Can you find living people?
He already stated no.
He can't talk to living people. He could sort of trace a link to living people.
That's what I want.
Okay.
I think I have my question.
Okay.
So is it just like a vague question of trying to find who it was, or do I have to ask something
So,
of the person?
What is
ask-
Ulfric trying to get here?
Any information, I think.
I want to say the question, because...
Yeah. So what he'll do is sit you down at the table, and he'll put his hands on top of your hands,
Mm.
and then he's waiting for you to ask.
Kate, you are recording this, right?
Always.
Good.
It's
ABR,
only-
man. ABR.
So, what is Ulfric's question? Robert Zambi has got his hands on your hands. You're sitting at a table. He's got a candle going.
So I want to ask, who gave me my disease?
When you ask him that, he'll start mumbling to himself, and he'll let his eyes his pupils will sort of sink back, and then his head will fall back a little bit, and thematic sort of music starts playing. That's like grumbling and a low beating rhythm.
I kind of want to look for where the music's coming from,
This is a radio station.
but we're off the air.
That's why Kate looked around and was like,
The neon light is going to start flashing, like flickering on and off.
okay,
And
that's kind of creepy. Like, in character.
it's supposed to be creepy. Like the table will start shaking too once he gets really into it. And he'll start like choking at the back of his throat and like he's trying to cough out something from his throat.
Is this gonna kill this guy?
No,
Kate's gonna look under the table and
It's
see
just-
if there's any like motors or actuators down there to purposefully shake the table.
make an investigation.
I knew it! I knew it!
14.
And that's not going to pass. What's your perception?
My perception's 8. I have camaraderie, which gives me +2.
Yeah, it doesn't pass.
And I get +2 to perception rolls.
That would still only put you up to 12.
Okay.
Because it was 8 plus 4, so 12. He'll kind of just like cough out like the the usual.
Okay.
Ali user?
And then he'll actually have to lurch forward a little bit and pant. And he'll go, oh man, you got some bad blockage in ya. That was a toughie.
Yeah, I figured probably.
Take 1d10 damage to weariness.
Oh man.
Arba. Run a search real quick for that guy's name.
Stealthily pulls out laptop.
I
So
don't think that's possible.
yeah, you can't stealthily pull out a laptop, so you'll have to do it elsewhere. Once you do, though, make a hacking roll.
Could I do my smartphone instead?
This will be
Something that takes a while.
because he's given you a name.
I'll just make a mental note to do it later.
It's going to be somewhat difficult to find anything meaningful based on a name. If he'd given you 2 names, then sure, but... So what else does Narpa want from here?
I wanted to go on the air and ask my question.
It's like 2 hours, right?
What you might want to do is set up the... want to schedule the meeting for another day.
Good point. Could we do this next week?
Yeah, man, just talk to my man.
And who's your man?
No, he'll say, yeah, man, just talk to my man, my people.
And who's your man? Your
He'll-
people?
He'll gesture to the mirrored glass. It'll have been like a secretary who let you in there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go book an
The
appointment.
secretary's probably done with this crap.
So now people will proceed to the bar.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll pick up Noir.
So you'll return to the bar. And Crimebot will be sitting in one of the booths in a dark, shaded corner of the bar.
Are there lots of people?
It's a bit later in the same day, so
Yeah.
there might be some people filtering in now.
What form am I currently? Because I would have had Captain decide what he wanted me to be.
Ethereon, probably.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna go sit at the bar, not at the booth with them, because I stick out.
Okay.
Are we gonna do the same booth situation as before?
I was just up for grabbing the eye and going.
No, we're gonna. It's not gonna be me talking to him because it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Cade since he's the one getting the eyeball.
But I mean, the rest of us at the separate booth.
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna just nonchalant be at the booth across the room from Cade.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sit with Narpa. Wherever Narpa goes, I go.
Order some hot wings.
Does Narpa have his big freaking gun on him?
What's the biggest like ounces of beer that they serve
Big
at this
keg.
bar?
I mean, they could get you. It wouldn't be a pint, but it would probably be like a 3-pint Stein.
All right, I want 2 of those, one for me, one for him, along with those hot wings.
Okay. That'll only run you 20 credits.
Okay.
Narpa looks at the pint at the stein that's literally larger than his own face and is like, "What
Yeah.
do you expect me to do with this?"
Give me a straw, man.
Yeah, this is a 3-pint Stein. That cup is like a pint and a half, maybe?
Mhm.
Maybe a pint, yeah. So it's gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, it's even hard to pick up a little bit.
Let's get this over with. Cade walks over.
Hello, I have your eye. Did you already pay him?
No,
Let me see.
it was a half up.
Yeah, okay. So he'll want another 500.
I already paid half.
Yeah.
Kid's gonna look at him. We agreed to half before and half after. You're asking for more than half.
He'll sort of switch his voice around a little bit. I have altered the deal. Pray do not alter it further. And he'll switch back in. It's only a 25% increase. He'll focus his panel on you and wink half the lights on there.
Your math is wrong, but fine.
So 25% more than you would have had to pay
Whatever.
in the second one.
I'll hand him the 500.
He will pull a small box out from a compartment and set it on the table, and we'll open it up. It's a chrome eye.
Can I tell if it's functional?
Yeah, as far as you can assess it, it'll be perfectly functional.
Okay, thanks.
He'll nod.
Grab the eye and... Okay, we're good.
Good doing business with you. I look forward to more.
I'm sure you are.
So I think I had a little bit of unresolved business with this crime bot. I believe I was going to buy a watch.
Are you going to jump in and go talk to him real quick? Because I already had something I needed to talk to him about.
Nah, I'm just going to forget it.
Okay, how much of that beer have you drunk?
He smashed my vodka I offered him against the wall earlier, so.
After you tried waterboarding me with it.
Because you had to appear drunk.
At least it wasn't bleach.
How much have you drank? Are you drunk yet?
I have not.
He's probably just been sipping at it a little bit.
No, we did cheers and he chugged.
I didn't chug.
You cheers, that means you chug.
I have a straw.
I'm on my 3rd one. I just like chugged the entire thing, put it down again. I'm on my 3rd.
I imagine that Theron would make you chug.
Yes.
Just like trying to drink with the straw and he just tips the glass. That's not how straws
For the
work.
record, I'm not installing this eye yet.
Okay. So what now?
I want to go talk to Crime Bot.
Okay.
I also want to talk to Crime.
Okay, so Keel and Ethereon head over to the same
Yeah,
booth.
but I'll be like trying to be sneaky and I'll like stand in the doorway and like I won't be sneaky. Like I'll have my hands like on the side of the door with my eyes and hat sticking out.
Try not to be
watching them.
conspicuous.
There is no bar. No, there's no door here.
We're walking across the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that this will be a future crew member.
Yeah,
Not
So don't murder him.
I'm not.
passenger.
Yeah.
Passenger, yes.
I'm just waiting for him to be done and like obviously trying to hide from them. So like
Conspicuously inconspicuous. Yeah.
yes, because I am a little bit tipsy.
So what's Keel asking?
I just wanted to let you know that we have decided to do some repairs that have been needed to be done on the ship before we depart here. So we'll be sitting for about a month before we go, and I wanted to make sure that was still okay with you. Give you the chance to potentially find someone else if you needed to get to where you're going sooner than that.
Did he give you any down payments?
No.
Okay. Then there wasn't going to be anything that he's particularly worried about. If he didn't sign a contract, then there's nothing.
It was just a verbal agreement as of right now.
Yeah. He would discuss a bit of a discount because he is in a hurry, and that's just kind of his character. So, yeah, he'll request a 5% discount.
That's doable. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. But other than that, he'll sort of shrug and say, tell me when you are ready to leave, or if you have additional contracts.
I will do.
Remember, I live to kill.
I thought he liked to kill.
Both.
And he'll sort of get up and sort of tilt his head at you a little bit if there's anything else.
No.
Prepare to leave.
That's it.
Yeah, then he'll just walk out.
I catch him when I guess he's walking out.
Okay.
Like, so we're like outside. Okay. So, how long have you been here? We're on planetary, right?
Yeah. For 8 months.
Do you know where Maelstone used to be?
No.
Do you know where I can get some really cool magic stuff?
No.
Can you kill anybody to get me some?
Yes.
How much? And what does this magic stuff do?
Okay, actually, when you asked him about getting anything magic, he offered that he can get you something for a price.
What's the something?
Well, that's more on your end. What do you look? If you have any ideas of what you're looking for.
Any blades with certain effects?
He'll say that he'll get you something nice for 4,000.
Is there any way we can negotiate that price? Any services me or a friend of mine can do for you?
Does he know who your friend is?
No, if he asks, I will explain what Noir looks like.
Yeah, just if you explain what's going on with Noir, then he'll say something like, I am sure I could use someone good at taking bullets.
You can do that?
We will be in touch. And he'll stroke your shoulder a little bit.
Does it go through the illusion?
I don't think it usually does.
Okay. I don't know. But if it would happen, I would have just avoided it.
So he'll say that he's heard rumors of a zombie knife. He'll ask, what is a zombie knife? He'll go, knife, what makes you a zombie?
Do the zombies obey me?
Yes.
Get me that knife.
Yeah, so he'll sign a deal for it. And he'll want 1,000 up front.
Done.
Okay, so mark that off.
Not this time. Ethereon,
Yes.
we got things to do.
Nobody
Well, I've been waiting on you.
Alright, then that's covered. Are people ready to go on an adventure?
I'm gonna press the...
Kate's gonna grab a void suit on his way down there because I didn't want to walk around this station and float around constantly in a void suit.
You're not floating.
So you grabbed one of our holy void suits?
Now I'm gonna buy one.
Oh.
I just didn't want to spend this entire time clunking like a certain someone over here.
Speaking of slightly less clunking.
Good bit less. Yours would have sort of automatic magnetization systems on them.
Yeah, before we leave, I want to press the scramble ID keybind one more time.
Good idea. Wise man.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask really quick, would that interfere with our payment of being docked here?
Yes.
They'll figure it out.
Now you tell me.
Well, because it's based on your ID tag. So you lose your docking credentials if you scramble your tag.
Please
They're
don't
not-
do this until we're done.
They're not valid anymore.
Wait, he's already done this?
I mean, would NARPA ask first?
I didn't know about that concept.
It's gonna come off of Narpa spell, it's okay.
Actually, yeah, I feel like
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is NARPA would have done that because he didn't think about it. So when you come back, you're going to have a parking ticket.
okay, it's just parking ticket.
The parking ticket is more expensive than the parking payment.
He's paying it.
So people have gotten everything that they were interested in accomplished and have gone to the armored vehicle that they've rented. And are we ready to set out?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a 10-hour round trip,
Ooh.
and I'm guessing people want to take the most direct route possible.
As long as it's not through the area marked death.
I second this motion.
No, but there will be a village along the way.
Oh, we'll get to see the happy snowflake people.
Could we not refer to them as that? Just out of
Okay,
curiosity.
then we'll get to see the happy dandruff people.
You know what? I like Snowflake better.
So, whoever's driving, make a driving test.
Go forth. You are driving,
Do I need to make a navigation test?
because technically he's navigating.
Yeah, so you'll make a navigation test also.
It's 12. That's a 6.
So, Narpa passed the navigation, Cade failed the driving.
It's gonna be bumpy. This is also like not a typical land vehicle, also,
Yeah, it's not.
so it makes sense.
I mean, it's not that it's uncomfortable, it's that you... I mean, so the reason I made you roll that is because there would be some hazardous terrain, and I'm seeing how you deal with the hazardous terrain. If you're just driving down the highway, then you wouldn't really need to worry about that.
True.
Unless like a biker gang came after you or something, but that's not what's going on here. So you will hit a creature. You basically run into an elk.
I'm gonna completely ignore it and keep going because it's just a big flipping vehicle.
You hit a deer, man.
Okay,
What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
so you hit an elk. There's a 500-pound difference, yes. An elk weighs closer to near a ton.
How much does an elk weigh?
Elk males typically have a weight of 710 to 730 pounds.
Yeah, so it's a...
Females typically have a weight
Yeah.
of 500 to 530 pounds.
Not a ton.
Close. It is very close.
That's a third of a ton.
Well, to a metric ton, but... Well, no, never mind. It's like half. Yeah. It's still a lot more than you want to hit with anything. So, you're just gonna keep driving?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
We have a giant dent in this Humvee now.
It's a rental.
That makes it worse.
That makes it so much worse.
You should bag the elk and then prove it to the insurance.
Does Ulfric want to do
I
anything?
would like to point out once again that I have a flipping camera in my skull.
How much was the down payment, or what was it,
Deposit.
yeah.
Ulfric's gonna curl up into a ball and just like,
It's a rental.
why? Why is this person driving?
Upon hearing that, do you know how to drive? Yes,
Do
and
you?
I'm not looking at the road. You know why I'm not looking at the road? Because there ain't one.
Yeah, this thing is basically a half track, but that would still put a dent in there. So that'll be another 100 credits.
Kate's paying for it.
Maybe.
No. Keel will cover this for letting Cade drive.
Also, in case you haven't noticed, everything is white.
Main thing that happens is it cracks the windshield. Because, yeah, it's over 700 pounds because this is an elk on this planet. So, there's probably some cancer stuff sticking to the vehicle now.
The cancer affects non-living things?
No, the blood from it.
Oh!
So there'll be little cancer fungus looking things. They appear more like anemones, but they're the same pale white as everything else. And they are sticking to the front of the vehicle and in the cracks a little bit. The cracks in the windshield. And you just drive on.
Mm-hmm. And what else am I supposed to do?
Put it out of its misery. But anyway,
It's on a healing planet.
yes.
That's worse.
But so there are options that you could have had, but you're just gonna keep driving.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I have a job to do.
Do you want to stop at the village or no?
Probably not. We have a job to do.
Yes, you'll skirt around the village.
Yes.
Okay.
Considering every time we have ever chosen to take a stop somewhere, we end up getting in battle and almost all dying. So yes, we are going around the village.
We end up doing interesting things, but no, you'll.
Including
Unless someone-
almost dying.
Unless someone in the village intentionally tries to flag us down, we will continue moving.
No, like you could
Even
go.
then, I will continuously ignore them and continue to go around the village.
You can make sure that you skirt wide around the village, since you passed the navigation.
That is fine then.
Okay, so you'll make it to in your several hours drive. You'll get to Bad Boxton without huge issues. besides minor damage to the vehicle, and be able to drop off the stasis container. It'll have retained its remained plugged up and everything. So you can deliver the coffin to the small settlement at the pad. You can check that off on your payment. So this
Get it.
pad, it's more like a fairgrounds than anything else, with the pad in the middle of it. You'll see ships entering and leaving. It's a airport, spaceport. There are small vessels, usually about the size of the line, because that's what the line is made to do. Not interplanetary travel. But it'll be a lot of small buildings with a few of them that are poking up, but none of them much more than the 10 meters out of gravity.
Quick note to everyone though, I am going to definitely hardball that lottery thing.
Same. If you told me about it, I was like, all with you. Me and you teams. We teams.
Oh, you
'Cause
don't know.
What?
Don't tell him. He wasn't there.
Okay.
Anything you would tell Noir and tell me.
Yeah, you've had several hours on the ride over
Do
here.
we want to tell Nora about the lottery?
I mean,
I don't see reason why I would not tell him. If he asked what happened, I would definitely tell him what happened. But if he didn't ask, then I would have no reason to say anything.
I would ask what happened. I was just chilling on the couch.
Yeah, so I heard you guys talk with that weird Zambi dude. He say anything interesting? And Narpa, since he's excited about the lottery, might want to do the lottery.
Oh, that lottery. I thought I was talking about the other one.
Because this lottery essentially allows you one wish, so
Yeah.
I'm going with this.
Bro, teams east until the end, and then I have to kill you. But, if you get second.
What kind of lottery do you think this is?
I don't know.
Well, then why don't you just give him to the other lottery so that you can win that one?
What is the lottery?
The egg one.
What is that?
That would be something that Ulfric can tell people about.
That's egg gacha.
What is it?
Not egg lottery.
What is it?
Okay,
Not something that you need to be concerned with.
is Ulfric not gonna...
Tell me. Come on,
We
guys.
don't need that many pets on board.
Guys, Ulfric
okay.
would not be refusing
Well,
it like this.
when you
This
get-
is Marjorie.
When you get to the menagerie, there are going to be advertisements about it.
Yeah.
So make...
But I have a plan for something else that I'm going to give him.
It's eggs. You get an egg,
yeah,
buy
so,
an egg, and you can hatch a random creature.
yeah. What it is, you'll see it on a billboard essentially. Since it was kind of like a
Sometimes
fairgrounds.
they can be killer bears that just flat out maul you from the butt up.
They can try.
You don't need another pet.
I
Okay,
don't have any.
You already
So-
have one.
What?
Crawler.
That's not a pet. That's a slave.
you'll drive into the fairgrounds-looking area on your APC, and the majority of this place is going to be devoted to kind of like an auction house, where they're selling creatures and other supplies. So, you can go to a stand that'll sell you medical creatures, one that'll sell you facility creatures, one that'll sell you servants. There's an eggs lottery stand, and a utilities thing. And this
Get it.
is the main medical facility on the planet.
Okay.
This is where the vast majority of people come to be healed. So, Ulfric, would you like to explain to people?
Well,
Okay, so I'm saying you have the knowledge that I'm about to give. Do you want to be the only one who has it, or do you want to explain it to everybody?
I'll explain.
Okay. So Ulfric, through his experimentation and general medical knowledge, has figured out that if you get harmed on this planet, it fills it in. The being on the planet fills it in.
Fills in the damaged
Fills
spot.
in, yes. Okay, so when you had the vial and you were able to test it back on the ship,
Mhm.
it was ice cold, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just holding the weird syringe of milk is cold. So what you've done is figure out that this is something called cryomatter.
Cool.
So there's sort of like stem cell-ish kind of a thing? Where it adapts to as it's filled?
Yes. It'll take on similar form and function to what it was. However, if it's just on the surface, like just wild exposure to it, it'll tend to run a bit rampant. If you're exposed to it in these facilities, then it'll be much more specialized and much more effective. So if you were to just open the stasis coffin and dump the guy out, he would have the stuff, but it would infill with the risk of doing something
Damage.
else. No, It's not
For
exactly
the wrong
damage.
kind of healing.
Yeah, like if your arm's cut off, it might turn into a foot instead of a hand.
So, in other words, these facilities have learned to somewhat control.
Yes. So they are able to control it and direct it, whereas elsewhere you just kind of roll the dice.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I see if they have any research into how possible it is to sustain the effects outside of that? I know that they haven't figured it out completely yet, or else they would be able to leave, but see if they have any.
Experimental devices. Roll a persuasion. You'll be able to find somebody who looks important here, a doctor or something like that.
Okay, my persuasion is 7. I rolled a 7.
Do you have any training?
I have medical training.
That's not going to be relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll explain that they're working on a type of device, but right now it doesn't do anything. Whoever you ask is going to kind of look you over a little bit and squint and say, I somewhat doubt you could afford it anyway.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to know what your research was.
And he'll nod at you. Do you fancy yourself a scientist?
I'm a doctor.
So he'll ask what you specialize in.
Diseases.
Boom.
Cade squints.
I'd like to ask a question as well.
Yes, go ahead.
So, if you cut off an arm and you regrow the arm, does the arm regrow you?
So you're saying, what happens to... Does the arm grow anything?
Are people on this planet like starfish? Or chopping off an arm grows into another person?
Make a persuasion check.
I feel like the answer is yes, and he doesn't want to tell me. 17.
Oh, well, okay, so you rolled 17, and what's your relevant stat? Just flat charisma, since you didn't try any additional ways of it.
4.
Okay, so that was...
Pretty stinking.
I thought I had more than that.
That's failure by 13, so 4 degrees? More than 4 degrees?
Ouch.
So what I'll say is that what we'll roll with is that there's some subtext here where it's like you're kind of threatening to do it to somebody.
It's like, so if I cut off your arm...
No, it's like, so when I cut somebody's arms off, which I'm going to do later today, will that arm grow a person as well as the person growing the arm that I'm going to not murder, but definitely cut their arms off? When you say that, it's going to go pale. Like, the blood is going to drain from his face. He'll go, oh, what did you say? Does Narpa respond with anything to that?
What happens to starfish on this planet?
Is that what Narpa says?
Yes.
The guy's going to sort of go pale and start shaking a little bit. Don't say that. He's going to start scratching at his hand a little bit.
So what I think our friend here is trying to say is, if you cut someone's head off, or if somebody had their head cut off, would they grow back?
I think that it would be better just to stop asking questions now and tell you.
He's kind of mumbling to himself and stuttering.
Because you broke him.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Narfa and be like, come on, I think you broke him, let's go.
But I want to know.
But you broke him, come on.
So, make an intelligence check. Narpa and Ulfric.
I got a 4.
I failed.
Okay. Ulfric would be able to figure out that if he said starfish one more time, something very interesting would happen.
I'm gonna place my hand on his shoulder. It's like, hey buddy, are you scared of starfish?
Yeah. So, when you say that, he's gonna, like, throw his shoulders back and sort of have a spasm in his lower back and shriek. And just start convulsing and fall on the ground.
What did you do?
Ulfric, did you just stab that guy with a needle? You
Nope.
touched him and he's dying.
He does not like starfish.
When you say that, he's going to scream again. And yeah, you're going to hear some stomping. And then the door to the facility is going to open. And Menipi is going to come out. His name is Menipi Cancer.
Well, how close is he from us?
He be running.
Yeah.
I ask, like, as soon as I hear that, are we dipping? We dipping?
No. What is dipping?
Leaving, running.
Yeah.
No.
Ditching. So he'll charge over to where the guard is having a seizure on the ground.
I'm gonna be trying to help the guard.
Yeah, so Ulfric will be trying to help. Menipi is going to say, what did you do to him?
She said starfish.
He's going to look at you and narrow his eyes and stand up.
What? Okay, that word that I just said. Apparently it's bad. Why?
Would you like to find out?
Yes. I'm very intrigued.
Is this guy okay? Do we need to, like...
He will be fine if he was.
You sure?
That
It seems
word.
like he's seizing.
He will recover.
Okay,
Just
so just so you know, how many times you heard it, just for severity. Narpa, him, he said it twice.
no. He's
and-
going to kind of cover your mouth and grab you by the shoulder
How
and say,
big is
"Come,
it?
I shall show you what
He is
starfishing is."
Okay.
He is similar in size.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
walking
he's larger than a normal human. He's not absurdly large for a human, but he's on the upper end of it. So he's a bit larger than you, but you still outweigh him. If you resist, then he'll figure something out. But
I'll resist.
So I guess
If he
I'll-
tries to push on me, then I have to resist for a second, and then I'll walk.
Yeah.
Take it.
I guess we all go with Mr. Cancer.
well,
I'm feeling compelled to follow Mr. Dude because A, he's holding on to this guy, and B,
So-
we just caused this guy to have a seizure. I
he's,
mean,
he's kind of implying that. I forget your name.
Ethereum.
No,
Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Ethereum here is about to have a lunch chopped off.
No, Ethereum is about to get starfished.
What does that mean?
You don't know?
We need to go.
So,
time to find out.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
so what he's going to basically do is thrust you inside the doors, and he's going to tell you not to use that word anymore.
So he's gonna
Yeah.
actively try to push me in the door?
He's going to shove you to the other side of the door.
Okay, can I resist? Like the shove and just like plant my feet?
Yeah, well, we're going to do contested strength. It doesn't matter, we rolled the same thing. What's your strength stat? You'll use the physical stats of 9. He's going to shove you in.
Okay.
And then
What
Then the doors are going to close behind. And
Wait, and I'm gonna ask Mr. Minipede real quick.
it's already happened.
Oh, boy.
Also, which one gets to leave the planet?
And, yeah,
Here we
No.
got a lot of assumptions. We just need to see what happens.
Okay.
the door closes.
Is there a window in the door?
No.
Okay.
And it'll be just a couple seconds, and it'll open back up, and he'll push you back through. Your what's your weariness?
My maximum range?
Yes.
Wait,
34.
So Mr. Minipede shoved him through a door, went through the door as well.
Yes.
The door closed before
Behind them
anybody
both.
else could go in,
Yes.
and then it immediately opened back up again.
And it was like a 3-4 second lag.
Okay, then he immediately opened it back up again and shoved him back out.
Yes. And now you are also looking pale. Like you've seen something terrifying.
What about his weariness?
Yeah, my weirdness.
It's 17 now.
The
Just
max
flat
is
reduced
17?
it by half.
Who's the max of 17 now?
Your current weariness is 17.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm like, come out like white.
Yeah, and you'll
So cool.
and, well, you don't actually remember what happened. You just kind of stumble into the dirt.
What about my animals?
They're on you.
What are they like?
They haven't been changed.
Okay. So I'm just over there. He's like, what did you just do to me?
He's gonna lean down and say, "I starfished you." And when he says that, take 1d10 weariness damage.
I punch him. I punch him. Like, I seriously just like punch him. Not hard, but like, I'm
Well, wait,
Well,
you
the
take.
D10 first.
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
If he gets annoyed, all we have to do is say the magic word.
You
Yeah.
realize I can crush your skull between my hands.
Add the starfished inflicted perk.
Cool!
If we ever need to knock him out, all we have to do is yell the word
Just-
starfish over and over and over
Everybody,
again. He's done.
everybody circles in the chants. Starfish, starfish, starfish. So no, stop it. Ah, it hurts. It hurts.
I will literally.
Okay, but yeah.
And you're having flashbacks when that happens. So what you flash back to is just this orifice ringed with teeth, sort of encroaching upon your face and swallowing you up.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna react in a violent way if that happens.
Okay, so make a melee roll.
Okay.
Catch his hand.
It's at disadvantage,
Okay, I have to roll underneath an 18.
and if you pass, you roll it again.
16? 16.
Okay. So
And this is just with my hand, not the
Yeah.
thing.
So you don't have anything special with it? Like your blades are retracted or whatever?
Well, they're on they come up to here.
Oh, so you just did.
Oh yeah, they're on the back.
Yeah,
you're just punching him.
I'm just doing like an uppercut. So if he leaned over, I'm gonna try him in the jaw.
So he is going to catch your hand and put his claw hand around your wrist.
I'm like, my bad.
And then he'll look you in the eyes. Are you indicating that you're gonna attack him again?
No.
Then he'll just kind of push you away.
My bad.
It was. And now he'll walk over to the guy that's seizing on the ground and pick him up.
What the heck?
My hat's been on this entire time, right?
Yes.
What the heck did they do to you in there?
Don't know. But I swear to everything, if you say that word, I will cut you to ribbons.
So, Cade.
Yeah. Especially Cade.
Cade.
What?
Buddy.
Old pal.
Friend with the recording eye.
Yeah.
Would you like to go for a walk for just a minute?
Sure.
Mr. Cancer!
He's gonna give you the stink eye. Like he'll just kind of tilt his head and look at you with one eye.
I have a question.
He's giving you the look like I have things I need to do because he's holding the guy who's still having a seizure.
We're here for a month.
Yeah, he's gonna walk in. You'll probably just like, never mind.
She probably has signs against that word.
How would you?
Yeah, because you can't put it on the sign.
Yes, Keel.
You took it out.
How do you feel about aquatic stars?
I know it doesn't hurt, but like a twinge.
Yeah,
Too close. Too close.
thin ice.
Are you trying to get me to say it right now?
No, I am just curious.
You hear big thuds as I stomp over to you in a very non-menacing.
Yeah, because big thuds as I stop over to you isn't menacing.
No, in a very non-menacing zebra print outfit. I'm just
In
like,
what context?
I'm very curious as to what's going on in there. And it seems that somebody here loses his memory when he went in there.
Can I say what I remembered in my flashback?
Yeah.
So I explained it. Okay. So when he said the God forbidden word that if anyone says it to do an experiment on me, 1, I will kill you, and 2, I'm not saying anything about any of my other flashbacks from here on out. It's like this mouth, this ring of teeth engulfing you completely. Like the thing, so just the inside was a mouth like just swallowing you.
You were in there for 3 seconds.
Yes, wait, what? How long?
So what you really remember is he started walking you towards the door, and then you were stumbling out onto the snow.
Okay.
Like you just kind of were turned around and fell.
Okay. I was like, yeah, no, I just remember going out. I swear, if you say that word one time, your fancy new eye, I will break it. On purpose this time.
So why don't we check out what they did to him then?
Because
See, that's kind of what my idea was basically to see if Cade
Keel,
wanted to go in and record it and then come back out.
As much as Cade and I disagree, I do not want Cade to be.
No,
Can I just point out we probably should be having this conversation right next to the flipping doorway to the end.
I mean, he just randomly did it to a guy, so it doesn't seem like it's that big of a secret.
I get the feeling.
Also, you just alerted the guy that I have a camera.
And
It's not that unusual.
I get the feeling that this is a punishment and we should kindly screw off.
I agree.
Yes, but when you like to see what they're doing.
No.
I don't want to.
You
have
also realize
that
I was
issue.
looking in his direction when they opened the door.
Okay, I'm gonna start back walking to the base or wherever we're
the
going.
vehicle.
Yeah, the vehicle. I'm going back to the
We can
car.
observe the footage later, try to get the view inside if that's what you want.
Okay, I'm gonna buy one $400 egg right now, and then pay for it to be hatched.
I'm getting an $800 egg since we're here.
So, are you going to pay for it to be hatched?
No.
Okay.
I can wait till it's hatched and then.
I offer to pay for her egg, but actually no, I don't, because I probably still need that money for the rest of my Zambi knife.
You also still owe me.
How much?
$250, I think.
The way it works is it has to be a verified egg for them to buy it back. It's more like a refund thing than anything else.
It's a way for them to get money.
Yeah, so you have to be there. They have to watch it hatch, and it has all that.
Can I leave it here to hatch?
No.
I'm just gonna have to pay the full 400 to have it hatched.
So it'll hatch on its own, but if you want the option of returning it, then then you have to use the incubator.
Okay.
Or wait a week, I guess.
In the store.
I'll just pay the 800. That's it.
Okay, so you got an 800 egg. Note that down. You bought a 400 egg, and you're hatching it now.
Well,
I
what?
think there
A
was
D6.
anything else.
And if it lands on 6, you can re-roll it.
2.
Okay. So now roll it again and tell me what half of it is. It's a D3.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you rolled a 3, so that's
2.
2. What it hatches into is a small lizard. It's obviously a bit chunkier on its fore area, and it's got little wing stubs on its back. Oh, and it's sort of a crystal white. So what
Does it seem bipedal or quadrupedal? Or it could be both.
No, I did say it the wrong way. It's more like it's quadrupedal, and then its forelimbs have a bit of a webbing on them.
Of a webbing?
The front limbs have some webbing, so it's more like a wyvern than anything else.
Okay. So we just have like wings.
It's got the beginnings of them.
Okay.
Either that or webbed.
So I have
hands.
a white drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you can name it.
His name is Bell.
Okay.
Yes.
Bell.
Drake Bell. Okay. Okay. This got me super excited.
It's
I
also
want.
not a drink, but one.
I want to buy one of the 51s and hatch immediately.
Okay.
I hope it's trash, so I can just feed it to Bell.
Roll the d6 again.
I roll the 6, so I can roll it.
You have to re-roll it. No, wait. Never mind. This is the wrong one. This is the 50 grade, so you keep the 6. So that hatches into a small snake-like creature.
Do these things obey me immediately?
No.
So I have to
They're
train them.
just-
animals.
They're just animals. This thing looks kind of like a worm.
Is it a snake or a worm?
It's a really sort of pale snake. It's more like a legless lizard than anything else.
Man, they're all white.
I want money back for this one.
Okay. They'll give you 25 back.
Keep that another 50.
Okay. This is the last time you get to do
This is the last one.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Is another worm?
No,
It didn't even roll though, it just bounced.
okay, I'll let you roll that into the box.
The tilted
Four.
box.
Okay. This is going to be a mammalian creature, so it's just going to be a little pink blobby thing with 4 legs. You can't quite tell what it is yet.
I'm hoping it's a blobfish.
What color is it?
Pink.
Yeah, it's just most mammals look pretty similar when they're newly born. So this just looks like a newborn.
So like a
Mammal
newborn, like quadrupedal.
Yeah.
Teeth? Does it
No.
prey or predator?
It's blind, toothless. Like this is fresh baby. So the drake can eat pretty much anything meat. The jelly bean is going to need to eat milk for a while.
Okay.
I would like to ask the attendant to this stand
Okay.
what all he has seen come out of the eggs.
I want to stay back for this answer.
So he'll kind of count off on his fingers a spider, really freaky looking spider thing. I have nightmares. One of those weird dragon things. Those are fairly rare. Lucky find. A bunch of worms. Those are the more common one. I saw this weird squidgy thing, kind of like that, but it had wings.
Oh, you so.
One was a beetle, like the kind of beetle that are people. I think they call the hong.
I can get a slave haul. Oh my god, I want that.
You are done buying.
Oh, I am for now.
And then there was this one creature that it scampered off as soon as it hatched, and I think it's still around here. I think I hear it sometimes. It talks.
What does it say?
What even you?
That was great, Marjorie.
I think the person is actually just going to cross his eyes and say that. And then, yeah.
The
thing, I would have
thing
paid that.
does remind me of that. Would you like to have a ton of blood loss to get super strong for a little bit?
Yes.
One other thing that you'll see is kind of like a petting zoo, full of creatures that if you didn't, you'd assume that it was like a cotton swab petting zoo or cotton ball petting zoo, essentially.
What's that?
They're
all white.
They're
fluffy.
They're not white. They're various colors and stupid puffy. Everything there is maximum floofs.
I want to go ask if they know what this pink thing is. What will this turn into?
Okay, so the attendant just looks at it and I'm like, I don't know. They'll look the same at that age.
But it's the same age as this. Like, actually, this was like 3 minutes, like a minute younger.
Do you not know how animals work?
No, the attendant here is going to start explaining how biology.
Yes. But the egg in. Okay. Okay, so sorry for my distraction, but I'm very happy with what I got.
Okay. Oh, did people want to buy lottery tickets?
Wait, is this like which lottery is this?
The Wish lottery.
Yes. Okay, how long do we have till lottery ticket time to pay is up?
3 days.
Well, now it's 2
2 days? Okay.
because it's probably a little bit past midnight actually.
Okay.
But you can camp out in your car until the morning.
Has Crimebot hit me back up yet?
Crimebot's back at the other place.
No, he's asking if he's gotten back to him.
I have a job for Crimebot.
What's the job?
Get thrown in there?
Reed knows what I'm doing.
Figure out what's in
Perfect!
that word place.
So what CrimeBot would have given you people his number. So
We already have his number.
Yeah.
You looked it up?
So
That's
what
how we
it-
got him there.
so what's your job for CrimeBot?
We are going to win the lottery.
Yeah!
So lottery tickets are 6 credits each.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Is there a limit on how many you can buy?
No, but your odds of winning are the actual odds of the lottery.
Apple walks up. I'll take your entire stock.
What are the odds of the lottery?
It's
1 in several million.
it's a 7-digit number, 1 to 10.
You guys don't understand. If you buy the tickets, you're not going to have a chance. If you buy a Crimebot to rig the lottery, you have a chance.
You also have to have a ticket, but yeah.
While we're doing that, Kate,
Yes?
you want to come with me to do some investigating?
Are you going to make me go in there?
In a different way.
No.
We are going to... I need to know what their technology is for the cryomac.
Oh. Do you know where that is?
I'm going to ask.
Why do you need me for it then?
Buddy system, and you have eye cameras.
Okay, whatever.
Other thing. Make a memory test.
Who?
Well, awareness and memory.
Who?
Everybody.
I got a 4.
I got a 4.
Got a 16.
That was
Okay,
for the memory
so-
first.
Keel.
Let's go do awareness first.
Ryan,
I passed both my things. I passed perception for once.
Failed
Okay.
both.
I got 4 on memory,
I got a 7 out of 11 on memory.
19 on awareness.
What's Narfa?
my memory was an 18.
Okay.
I got a 4 out of 8 memory and a 7 out of 11 memory.
So both Ethereon and Keel, or in the menagerie, you saw a creature that is called a remind deer. It's a small, like a dwarf deer, about the size of a small pony, but much slimmer, that when it makes skin contact with somebody, prolonged skin contact, it grows antlers. They emerge out of its head and they're sort of a weird yellow-white color and branching like roots. And what it is it copies your memories. And whenever you hold on to those antlers for an extended period of time, it will remind you of things. The elk you hit looked oddly similar to the remind deer, but it looked much, much larger.
That sucks.
So what you're telling me is that one was older and had a lot of memories of things.
They look like they were a similar species, but that's all.
Oh, so this is planetary, so it's probably not dead. But we can't confirm that's not dead because we didn't stop to see if it was killed, and we haven't killed anything here yet. I almost said the word.
Honestly, I am ready for an attack roll for whoever says it first.
What happens if two people say it at once?
What happens if two people say one of the two words?
Star.
Star.
Has anybody wanted to go fishing amongst the stars?
So I want to take Cade and go talk to the scientists some more.
So,
I'm mainly taking Cade, but whoever else wants to come.
So
I'm
where
gonna
are we
leave
going?
from the area. Wait, are they going back into the area?
where are we going?
And we're still at the same place where
Yeah.
you have the where you got your wonderful little word given to you.
Yes.
So we still have to get back in the vehicle as a group and drive for 10 hours before we can get back to the line.
I'm not driving until morning.
Yeah, we're waiting
No,
until morning.
It is morning now.
Okay, so it's morning now.
Yeah,
It's
because
midnight now.
you would have arrived at a little bit after midnight, but then there wouldn't been anybody out.
Okay. So,
So now it's morning.
Okay.
well, I'd still like to investigate some more.
Yeah.
Because I want to see more of their facilities.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to come back to the topic that I started on before with the research about the cryo matter stuff.
So you would need to give some sort of proof to them
Of
Doctor.
of why should they tell you about cryo matter.
who else is with me?
Cade.
Besides Cade.
So the reason I'm letting you know that word is you could do some looking up on the local databases and it's like the base level stuff that it's a strange form of matter that seems to be much colder.
I'm looking into how to sustain it off-world.
Okay. Cryomatter consumes virid energy to exist.
Okay.
So it's the same stuff that iridium items use.
Mm-hmm.
So it requires that to exist. There's a large source of it here that it can sponge off of.
I'm guessing they don't understand that source.
They somewhat do, but the thing is, they can't sustain it. It's difficult to
So if you
sustain.
had a way of sustaining that energy off-world, then it would sustain whatever.
Yeah, like a ghost could do it.
So if a ghost went down here, you got like a fake arm left, you could keep the arm.
Yes,
But it
although
would cost
yeah.
a lot.
So, how much did you pass by?
I rolled a 9, my intelligence is 12, and I have hacking 3.
Okay.
And this was for Ulfric's name, right?
Not my name.
The name Alyusha.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought I was looking up the cryo matter.
I kind of was more implying we had 10 hours of driving.
What were you looking up?
No, so you made a mental note to do it later. And that's what he was reminding you of.
We had 10 hours of driving to get over here, so you could have been doing it then.
Wi-Fi would have been spotty, but
You could still wait.
Yeah.
Hit the refresh button until something happens.
I'm in a dead zone. Let's see if this dead zone lasts the rest of the 4 hours.
Usually does.
But, so you passed by 2 degrees. Okay, so it's a first name. That's fairly common, but you'll be able to get rid of most of the nonsense to it, where there are only a few candidates that make sense. One is a small crime lord, Alyusha Nostra. Yeah, and he works for Yumvi, which is a corporation. Then there's another who is a Kolob, Alyusha Colwedo. Yeah, so those are the two big names.
So what are the relevant notes on Colorado?
So the notes on Colwedo are the notes that you get on Alyusha Colwedo is that he is a member of Krusty's empire. Yeah, so he's basically a high up, integral member of Krusty's empire.
Woohoo! Back to the Sanctus!
No. Unfortunately, I imagined that we could figure out that he was involved in medical experimentation.
Oh yeah, that's also he is nefarious for complete disregard for ethics in his medical experimentation, often infecting entire cities with the Spokor plague. Krusty himself rarely goes anywhere without Colwedo.
So we have a criminal fixer, and Coletta.
Yeah, make another hacking roll. Or it actually is Narpa interested in this?
In
in the results here, where he would want to keep digging.
Sure.
Okay.
Because we did just come from a ship that had
You failed.
Yeah, I failed, but I'm gonna re-roll.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
It was a D4, right?
Yeah, D4 awareness damage.
13. Does that pass?
Yeah, so you will find out that Yumdi has sent feelers here, looking into... Basically, they're trying to figure out if they can leverage the cryomatter as some form of steroid to allow for cheaper, larger animals.
Where's the MV based?
It's not based on this planet.
I didn't figure.
So, Yumdi is based on Oneris.
I'm good. Unless Aaron wants, or Narpa wants to dig some more.
So, you'll get in touch with CrimeBot. He'll send you a selfie of him holding a knife loosely in one hand. It looks like a combat knife that has a bit of a circuit board running down its blade. And it's sort of it's a rust red and forest green sort of pattern. The blade of the knife is red, and then it's got right angles of green running all along it. So you'll owe him 2.5, and then he'll demand 3 favors.
Okay, can I say 5 favors and $1,000?
Charisma roll. Make a persuasion roll, rather. This is over the phone, so you can't. You can try and intimidate, but it'll be at disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna do charisma and intelligence.
Okay, so you're trying to reason with him.
Yeah, and that's an average between 8 and 11. Is that 10 or 9?
It's 9. No, it's 10. Yeah, we round up.
13, whatever.
So he'll say 2.5 and 4 favors.
I ask if I can pay him the last 1,000 upon whenever we drop him off at the other place. Whenever I get paid.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I guess that. Okay, so I'm gonna go look on boards for work. Actually,
You have 2.5, don't you?
no,
Not anymore.
Okay, so what?
because I had 2.5, and then I gave him 1,000.
Oh,
So then I had
okay.
1,200 left, and then I
Yeah,
spent
no.
money.
Money that you don't have is useless to him. So he's not going to charge you if that's more than you have. He wants basically as much money as you can give him, so you have 1.5 to give him.
No, I have 1.115.
Okay.
So when he originally made the deal, he
Yeah.
had more money.
Yeah.
And then instead of just holding on to all that money,
He
he
spent it.
spent some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also paid for it $1,000.
Okay.
And then I bought the eggs.
Yeah, but it was
Then-
basically like, I agreed to give you $10, but I'm only going to give you 5, and then I go spend $2. So now instead of having 5 more to give you to equal 10, now I only have 3.
That's how you get a hitman. Something called
That's
crime
exactly what you
Yeah.
just did to this guy. This
Yeah.
crime bot that literally says, I love killing people. Who would you like me to kill?
Yeah. That was his opening line is, "Hello, I am CrimeBot. I like
Okay.
killing people."
I'm gonna say, alright, I'm just gonna say anything if you wanted that much money. I'm gonna try to earn that much money, which is like $600 before I see him. I need
You
$600.
could sell stuff.
I literally have a hat and a rapier.
There's stuff on the ship you can sell.
He doesn't own that. So he'll say
You also have 2 animals you could sell.
he'll say 1,000 now, and then you're essentially his slave.
I'll pay you next week.
Yeah, so it'll be 1,000 now, 3 favors, and then you're his slave until you pay it off. The rest of the
Oh, okay.
2,000.
Dresses. Okay, then yeah, I'll do that.
Or
Is it-
no, wait, it's 3 favors, 1,000, and you're his slave until the 1,000. The last 1,000 is paid.
Okay, so it's 2,000 total. I owe him 1,000. So I pay that off. I'm his
Yeah.
little buddy. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, Noir is.
No, you is.
Cereal.
Ethereum is. And Noir.
Ethereon is. He gets 3 favors from Noir
Okay.
because that's what you offered.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that you're the same person.
Yeah, I know.
Just
So-
wait until he asks you to do
Wait
2 things at
until,
once.
wait until Keel finds out about this.
And yeah, he's not gonna make you do anything illegal or anything like that, but maybe humiliating stuff.
Yeah, I would be like, well, I do have to like fix the ship. Well,
Yeah.
I actually have time to do that.
Yeah, but if he asks you for a minor favor, you got to do it.
In the middle of the night, while everyone was asleep, or sometimes I would go sneak off and buy 2 more eggs and not immediately hatch them, just hide them.
What type?
What types are there? The $50 ones.
Okay.
But do I get to choose like what type, like slave ones,
No.
healing ones? Okay. See, I just have 2 eggs.
Is he gonna have to like roll stealth every day that he has them on his person to try not to reveal them? Because
I mean, after you've let the menagerie, would you reveal them?
I mean, I wouldn't really be trying to hide them. I just wanted
Yeah.
to sneak off so I wouldn't hear anyone griping about me leaving.
Yeah, so you would see that he's got another 2 eggs. Okay, so
Okay.
anything else, or are we good for the time skip?
That's all I got.
Good.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to win this lottery, but I need to win
You
this
buy a
lottery.
ticket.
You buy tickets and hope to your God that he rolls your number when he rolls his 500 d20s.
See, that's not good enough.
Slams axe on table. That's not good enough.
So you buy your ticket, then we make it back to
Bye.
the line, and then you go talk to Crimebot and say rig it.
I need the
Or you
whole
can
crime
buy-
syndicate on this.
50
Also,
tickets.
you guys are making some pretty large assumptions in Crimebot over here. I mean, he says he likes to kill people. He said nothing about rigging an entire lottery system so
Yeah,
that he
and-
would win.
The other thing is, okay, it's a lottery system for a wish. If the wish is good, it's going to be expensive to rig. And if it's not good, then it's not worth it to rig.
Yeah.
So,
You can also just buy multiple lottery tickets.
Like hundreds.
But see, people buy thousands of lottery tickets and don't win lotteries.
yeah, because it's a...
I can't afford to buy thousands.
It's
But I
what-
need to win. So
So-
my point is, I really need to win, but I really can't without cheating.
So you need to find a way to cheat.
And Crimebot could potentially help with that.
Okay, so you need to head back to talk to Crimebot.
I mean, he can do it over the phone, so...
So I need Crimebot.
Crimebot is
I
making bank.
I need all his Crimebot buddies. I
Like,
need
we're-
So, he is alone on this planet. He has hired you to return to his master.
Keep that in mind, that if you cause a big uproar,
We're
we're
here for
stuck here for a month once we start working on the ship. Because the reactor will be down for a month. We literally won't be able to leave.
I'll just go to jail for a month.
And then would you expect us to come down there and heroically bust you out? No.
But we'll leave your sorry butt here.
So, you do have the resources to win the lottery.
I
I'll
do?
tell you that.
Okay.
It's called We Park the Lime over the lottery place, point a big gun at it, use one of the last 3 rounds that are left in the gun, and say, give or die.
And
I
then
think
get
he just-
shot out of the freaking sky.
I think having the resources to win the lottery means spending all of your money on lottery tickets.
Actually, I don't think that's what he's alluding to.
Nope.
I think he's alluding to something that's been used quite commonly this entire time.
The ghost.
No. You're talking to a hacker.
No, that's not what I was going for.
Anyway, it sounds like we can time skip.
Okay, so we'll time skip, and you guys are back at the pillar.
Okay.
And are we
Do
going
you-
to go straight into repairs? Or?
Do you go back to the line?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I imagine Keel would want to be there while these crews are on the ship.
So
Okay.
I would ask Keel if I need to be helping with repairs at all.
Basically, the more things that we can do, the better.
But would I specifically need to help with repairs? Or can you afford to have me sit in a room for a week?
So, before we do much more with that, when you return to the line, since you would have to for this to be relevant, there's a corpse with that knife sticking into it at the door.
Dang it!
I walk up, pick up the knife, and shoot it, and like put it in my bag.
Why is there a dead body in
Clean up
front
the
of my
corpse,
ship?
Shore.
I take the corpse.
You just took a bloody knife from
I
the
think
crime
the
scene.
And you sheathed it
Yeah, okay. You know how you got your eye?
in a black box that was sealed.
Your eye. He got it out of somebody. I don't know how he got this knife. I asked for a cool weapon. He got me one.
He gave me the
This
eye
is
in
a
a
cool
box.
knife. Like, alright, I'm disposing of this. And I pick it up. Hey, Keel.
Disposing of what?
The body.
What?
Wait, what kind of
So,
body is it?
I need to teach my crawler best places to kill things. Do you mind if I use this body in your building, in the ship, or would you rather me throw it out somewhere else?
Wait, what kind of
I'll
body
get a
is it?
tarp and wrap it up so there's no blood in it.
Kate is shocked
Did
at the
you-
conversation.
Did
that
you
is
murder
currently-
someone?
I did not.
What kind
No.
of body is it?
This is an Anzac.
I want it.
Dibs.
Guys, what the heck is happening?
Guys,
Guys, I'm taking advantage of a good situation.
no, this is not a good situation.
Well, sorry, taking advantage of a bad situation.
You don't take advantage of
No.
those.
Okay,
No, the dead body will not be on the ship.
okay, where should I dispose of it?
You should not put your fingerprints on it.
Does Ulfric start patting?
No, I'm just gonna look at it and see if the knife obviously killed it.
You make a... Never mind. It's not important. There are gigantic gouges, like sweeping slashes through most of it. From the cuts, you can tell that it was by a weapon that didn't have a sharp tip on it, and this knife does.
Okay.
So this guy killed the guy, brought his dead corpse in front of the ship, and stabbed him with the knife on top of it, and left it like that was a freaking gift basket. This corpse is my delivery vehicle.
We did
Is there
bring
a
on a
dump?
passenger who said he liked to kill people.
Is there a dump?
So-
Is there like a dumpster anywhere nearby where there aren't people around?
You realize the cops are already watching this ship, right?
Is there?
Thanks to someone.
Hey, is that a parking
Not
ticket?
me.
Yes, you.
Ryan.
Wasn't there a parking ticket? Yes, there was a parking ticket.
Guys, we got a parking ticket.
Because of who?
Yeah, the cops aren't going to watch us for a parking ticket, but somebody brought a rabid animal outside and brought it back in and had to be escorted back by the cops.
You guys actually are somewhat lucky
Why?
because I wonder which got there first, the parking ticket or the corpse.
Parking ticket?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so the cops haven't seen this. Okay, cops haven't seen this yet. Otherwise, it would have been gone with the parking. Okay, we need a dumpster. I look around. It's a dumpster.
Better places to stash the dumpster.
Yeah, it's essentially the type of place that you would dump waste into.
Okay, we're gonna throw it in there.
Stop.
Stop. Before
Stop.
I do anything,
Stop.
I want to
Stop.
No, listen.
Stop.
Be quiet.
No.
You're giving him a toilet funeral if that's what you do.
This is. I'm gonna make sure he's dead.
Yes.
He is dead.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
Slash body, checks pulse.
How are you making sure? This is important details.
Taking pulse.
Yeah, no pulse.
Okay.
You can also, like, a good part of his torso is just ribbons.
Okay. I look over. I walk. I go over. Do I smell a bunch of methane gas coming from that sewage, or whatever?
You can't smell methane.
Okay. You know the gas that's flammable they can smell. Do I smell it?
You can't smell that.
Okay.
You cannot smell methane. It is odorless.
Okay. This.
Well, that's why they put an odor into it.
Yes.
Okay. This. Okay. Is it like human waste?
Or
It's-
whatever waste.
It's, yes, fecal waste. This
Okay.
is where ships empty their,
Okay, so this is probably flammable, so I won't burn the body here.
it's too moist to be flammable.
Set the body on fire with my magic. You guys are just saying that as I'm going in there, like freaking out. Like, what do I do with
Yeah,
this body?
because I just told you to stop like 15 times.
I
You
know,
completely
it was
ignored me.
entirely your
So
fault.
I'm going to welcome the ship to stay out of the crossfire for what the heck's about to happen to you.
So yeah, just
I'm going to encourage the rest of the crew to come with me.
throw the body in.
Okay, so
Can we lock them out?
the way that this is supposed to work is it's a large rectangular hole that pipes just snake into. So there are several pipes currently in there, but you can just yeet the body straight through the hole. Yeah.
Okay, am I? Like, I was not here when we parked this thing. Are we surrounded by people?
No.
So
I mean, there are a fair amount of ships around, but it's
But
not.
Narpa, come on, we gotta delete the security footage.
Yeah, you would have made sure that there wouldn't be people around. You wouldn't have just yeeted them into a dumpster.
Yeah, so like I yeet him into the dumpster.
He did not state that though.
I do not light it on fire. I yeet into the dumpster and then I go run inside, get that cause, and just clean up all the blood.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to be like, oh, you just yeeted a man into a dumpster in front of 30 people that I didn't tell you about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'd already be reacting to the corpse there.
Yeah.
Before you did.
Okay. I do that.
Narpa, come on, we gotta delete security footage.
I'm gonna go scrub my room.
I'll meet you at the bridge door later, Cap, once we get that taken care of.
I go up to Cap. I apologize and not realize it was gonna happen.
Captain, I am sorry. I'm on this day. I did not mean to bring ill business to your doorstep.
Pretty
Also,
much.
wasn't this a guy that was making fun of me earlier for dealing with a shady dude for an eyeball that he delivered to me in a box, and then this guy over here literally had a knife delivered to him in a human body?
No, I'm fine with
And
that.
dead body.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you're
fine
fine with the corpse?
No, I'm fine with the corpse. I'm fine with the corpse. Nor does not care about the dead person. He feels bad that it brought trouble to Captain's doorstep.
Didn't you want to come to Planetary because of a person that died?
I wanted to come to Planetary because
Shade.
it is sentimental value.
The corpse has just been disposed of. Everybody's at the line.
I go up to Captain and apologize.
In air quotes, disposed of.
And then
Literally thrown in a dumpster.
I ask what needs to be started on first with the ship.
Okay, so here's the jobs we need to line up. I need somebody to go outside and repair the hull. I need somebody to restock the whole breach management system. I need someone to work on the long-range comms, so
Understood.
someone who's good with coding and technology, and
Narpa.
I also need somebody to go outside and fix the main docking hatch, where it got a hole blown in it.
I can do all the outside stuff. I'm pretty good with my hands.
And then the primary bridge door needs to be worked on.
I can help with that.
And then the reactor needs to be worked on.
That's outsourced, please.
Okay.
Basically, the only things that I've lined up to be outsourced are the pulse lasers and the reactor.
Yeah, and you can just contact somebody and form a contract on that. So it would be a unique contract for each thing, unless you want to go with the same people.
How long does it take to do the outside work?
Everything is a week except for the pulse lasers
And the engine.
and the reactor. The reactor is a month. The pulse lasers is 3 weeks.
So the next plot line we need to focus on is the lottery. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say after I do whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 1 weekend off and try and find someone to take me or try and earn some money and rent a buggy or something to go explore like abandoned like ruins and stuff and go like cave diving inside.
You and Narpa could do that.
If Narpa wants to come, and I'll tell him there's a good possibility of magic items.
I'm just gonna make the note that I'm gonna spend some time to scrub my crew quarter and the med bay.
Yeah.
Get it all sterilized, bubble load, and then get the chain on.
So,
Okay.
right. Yes, except no, because this lottery is going to work.
Okay, I understand that. But
So,
we go
one sec.
after the lottery, but like, because this is something important to me, and I just think you would enjoy it.
If this lottery works, there's no need for any future plans ever.
Okay, I'm going with it without you. This is a more
I'm significantly
personal-
more concerned about the lottery now.
Wait, is your wish going to be like...
Delete the Matrix.
Yeah.
So,
in this
so
world.
Narpa's going to be like, I'm going to win the lottery so I can kill everyone.
Yes. When is this lottery taking place again? How many days?
Now it's a day and a half.
Okay.
So what we'll end on is Narpa, make a... I'm trying to figure out if this would be intelligence or memory. So what I'm trying to get you to do is see if I can reveal a bit of something to you that you might piece together. So what do you think would be an appropriate role for that? Something that only Narpa would figure out because of his sort of different psychology.
Yes.
So probably.
Yeah, I was actually this close to hitting the threshold for that, by the way.
To what?
The special revolution that you have to do.
Oh, well, then let's just go ahead and do it. The brainwashing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and tip you a bit over. So Narpa is going to figure out that the Lady of the Planet and the Fairy Queen are one and the same, and he doesn't even necessarily have to win the lottery to meet her.
Why didn't I...
What?
Okay.
Are you...
That doesn't make...
What?
It doesn't make sense.
You're a child.
How can a planet hold this?
Yeah, there's other stuff going on.
And why would I find this on... What? How are they connected?